Welcome back. It's more Nerd Radio on the podcast page, WRF.com, and all over your social media at Nerd Radio 101. We're also in Boston.
Rock 92.9 rocks.com.
And, of course, on your Twitch stream or on the Checkpoint XP Twitch stream on Wednesday afternoons. Where can they find us, James?
It's twitch.tv/checkpointxp.
All right, so here's a couple of anime-based stories that I just wanted to get your guys, I don't know, your 2 cents on.
I'll give you about 5 cents.
Are you at all familiar with Studio Ghibli? They do they do a bunch of.
What did you just say to me?
Studio Ghibli? Is that like the part of the turkey?
No, it is not. No, it is a studio in Japan. They are essentially the Disney of Japan. They've done a bunch of movies like My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away.
Believe it or not, I've seen that movie.
But you've seen My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh no! I absolutely have. My sister and I thought that was the funniest goddamn thing we'd ever see when we were kids. We watched it over and over.
There you go. All of their movies are coming to HBO Max next year. You'll be able to stream all their movies, and that is significant.
Dude, that's not gonna happen. I am so out on HBO Max. Like,
yeah,
that actually, it's HBO Max makes me so mad, so mad.
Why is that?
Because you're already paying for HBO. Like HBO is the original streaming service. I'm already paying $15 a month for HBO,
okay,
and they want me to spend more money for their streaming service. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you
want to watch Studio Ghibli or not? Okay? If you don't want to see the animated giblets, then you got to pay the money.
Animated giblets.
Thanksgiving is coming.
Sorry. That HBO Max, it pisses me off. I'm so mad. I
just
want to double down.
Right. Well, I'm excited because there are a few of those movies that I have not seen before. So I'm hoping to get me, at least for a month, HBO Max so I can check out all that stuff.
Boo.
Here's some bad news, though. Netflix is making a live-action version of the anime Cowboy Bebop. And I don't know if I've ever talked to...
Seriously, though, our streaming services now has streaming services. Like, that's insane.
That is nuts.
That's so insane. Like, it's got to stop.
The premium streaming. So you can get the regular or you can get the premium. Like, it's one thing when you got ads on Hulu.
Right.
But, like, no, we're going to put even more special content on something else. You guys don't have to worry about Nerd Radio ever being on an extra special streaming content.
No.
Careful what you promise. You never know what's going to happen here.
I don't know. There'd have to be a pretty large paycheck for me to change my mind on that one.
Okay.
But Cowboy Bebop is quite possibly the best anime ever.
Is that the one with the sexy girls in outer space, or is that a different anime I'm thinking of?
There's a lot of anime with sexy girls in outer space, so...
Okay, well...
I don't know. Cowboy Bebop is the one that's essentially like Joss Whedon's Firefly in anime form.
Mm-hmm.
But they had cast John Cho from the Star Trek movies to be the lead character, Spike. And apparently there was an onset mishap, and now he is down for somewhere between 7 and 9 months. So we were really looking forward to Cowboy Bebop in 2020. Probably going to be more like 2021 at this point.
That did nothing for me. You brought that in. You told me if you're going to
Cowboy
like anime,
Bebop,
if you're going to like anime, it's got some of the ingredients I like. You said it was kind of like almost like a western.
Yeah,
but
it's like
also
a western
sci-fi. And so I don't know. I could have just been in a weird mood when I tried it, but I had it for a little while and I just brought it back.
You're just not an anime fan, is
I'm
what
not.
it is.
I don't, except for My Neighbor Totoro.
The art form doesn't do anything for you. How old were you when you saw My Neighbor Totoro?
Oh God, it was. I mean, I rented it at the video store.
Right.
All right. So I mean, it was a long time ago.
Were you in a weird mood when you tried that one too, Al?
I must have been. I don't know. I can't believe. I am going. I cannot wait to text my sister later
to
let her know
we were
that
talking
it came
about
up
My Neighbor Totoro
on the podcast.
What else I got here? How about the Batman movie? All the casting news in the last 7 days over the Batman movie. They got what is it? Zoe Kravitz is going to be Catwoman in this Robert Pattinson Batman movie, and
Jonah Hill's officially out. Whether he's going to be a ripped Riddler or Penguin or whatever,
right.
He's not involved whatsoever.
Jonah Hill is out, but apparently Jason Alexander has put out some tweets that he's interested in being the Penguin.
Oh my God. I don't know if it's a good casting call, but
right.
There's a part of me that enjoys that news.
Dude, the movie sounds like it could be a train wreck, so why not throw Jason Alexander in there?
Right.
I mean, he was amazing, and Dunstan checks in. So,
well, here's the thing: he's a really good actor, though. I mean, he's not George Costanza. You know what I mean? Like he's really good.
Yeah, right.
So it would be interesting, and I think he could do it. I mean, I don't know. Again, it's another. He wouldn't necessarily have been my choice. I never would have thought of him if we did the whole let's cast this movie. Who would you? I would never in a million years think of him.
I gave you guys the opportunity a month ago when we talked about Jonah Hill, and you just nothing.
Well, yeah.
Like, who would you cast as Penguin? And just crickets. Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
And it will again.
So the other Batman news was I read that Jared Leto tried to get the Joker movie kind of like, hey, don't make that. Like, I want to be the Joker for at least another movie or two. So, like, why don't you guys hold off on getting Joaquin Phoenix to be Joker?
Man, he's a whiny little bitch, that Jared Leto. And I do like him. He's a good actor. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything where he let me down, his performance.
Yeah.
But I guess I get it, though. I do, because we talked about this the other day on the morning show, and the main point that was being made was they are such drastically different versions of the character, and it's not like Joaquin Phoenix is going to get rolled into the Batman DC
I certainly
universe.
hope not.
No, like we're not going to see him up against Robert Pattinson. Like, it's not going to happen. It was a different type of movie. So that argument being said, I can also understand Jared Leto's like, dude, what the hell? Like, I'm the Joker now.
Yeah.
And I presumably am going to be coming back, and you're just you're redoing it. So I do actually understand why he's so upset.
I was just entertained that, like, I posted that on my personal Facebook page with the caption of, like, show me somebody who's upset that Jared Leto's not coming back as the Joker. And it was
right here.
I
think he's great as the Joker. I love that version of the Joker. He's a gangster ass mofo. He's got the grill, and I thought it was cool. I would have loved to see him get to expand and play that character more in a different, whether it's Suicide Squad or a Joker and Harley Quinn flick. I would have loved to see him play that character more fleshed out.
Yeah.
And back to an earlier point that we were making about critics and stuff. Like, I do trust James' opinion. Now, as I sit here right now, I have the completely opposite opinion. I did not care for Jared Leto as the Joker. I didn't care for Suicide Squad at all, but I've heard not just James, but a number of people, whose opinions I do respect, speak, not necessarily highly, but positively about Jared. I'm like, maybe I just need to go back and watch it again. Maybe
it is worth seeing a second time. I remember seeing it on, on TV and being like, this is a lot less abrasive than it was watching it on a big movie screen.
Yeah.
Like all the colors and the overt music cues and stuff. I was like, all right, I can deal with this on a television a lot better than I could deal with it in a theater.
So I do think I got to go back and watch it again. But it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this whole Jared Leto wanting Joker not to be made, because I do understand where he's coming from, And
at the same time, too, you don't really know the full story of what was actually said. Somebody could just take something that he might have said like in passing, and they're blowing it up to be a big thing, because what's it doing now? You got more people coming to check it out. You're creating more hype for Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. So there's just more headlines, more publicity. So you don't really know what exactly was being said. Because I feel like if I was Jared Leto, I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm going to go dry my tears with all the sorts of cash that I have just in this bag in my closet.
Yeah.
All that Joker money.
Yeah.
Here's a story I wanted to talk to you guys about, because there's a dentist out of let me find this story.
I want to be a dentist.
Yeah, there's a dentist out of Denver, Colorado.
It was. It absolutely was.
Who's a video game collector. That's where all his dentist money is going towards collecting these video games. And he.
Oh, how much money did you spend on this game, Chuck?
I just spent nothing. Absolutely nothing. But he spent about.
You see how much preamble he's got this time?
Yeah, no, I was prepared.
Here's this guy's social security number. Like, the whole thing is laid out this time.
He, according to the story, which was in the Washington Post, he got more than 36 of some of the most sought after vintage video games mint in the box for about $1 million.
Do we know what some of the titles are?
Well, there's a picture of him with Mario Brothers and Gumshoe from the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Is Kid Icarus in that list?
So some of the stuff he's got, they call it a black box copies. The original Nintendo 8-bit Nintendo games, the boxes were black and they had like a star design on the background or something like that. Some of the high priced items is the Mario Brothers Arcade Edition 1986.
So that's the one where you just kick the shells?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's like the worst game ever.
Right, but finding one of them that's like nobody ever opened.
I know. I guess I get to think of it in terms of the collectors, but I'm like, I would never play that.
Right.
That's like torture. I'd give that to prisoners to play in prison. Like, have fun.
The two known copies of Golf that still exist, the Nintendo version of Golf from the only known copy of Balloon Fight that people are aware of that is mint in the box, and the only known copy of Gumshoe were part of that particular collection.
Is that like a detective game?
It was. You used the light zapper, and this little detective guy would kind of side scroll like Mario, and if you wanted to jump, you shot him with the light zapper, but at the same time, stuff would fly out, and you could shoot it before it hit him.
I think I may have played that.
Yeah.
It sounds really familiar.
But it made me think. I wanted to do this with you guys, and this may fall flat as the Batman casting did a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. If money is no object, and it doesn't have to be a video game, but if money is no object, what are some of like the holy grails that you would love to own?
I tell you right now, Maximum Carnage, red cartridge, Sega Genesis. But I also have to have the controller with the 6 buttons.
Yeah.
And I would probably be fairly happy.
Have you seen the Genesis Mini that's just come out? Because I think that controller has those 6. It's the 6-button controller.
Nice, but if Maximum Carnage isn't included, I'm not interested.
No, unfortunately, it is not.
For me, it's still I didn't play as many of the console games growing up.
Right.
Because my brother owned the console, and if we wanted to play it, he charged us money. Little bastard, that guy.
What a money-making genius.
He was an entrepreneur.
Oh, my God. I mean, we're talking like nickels and whatever, but he had a whole thing because he had the Game Gear, he had the Nintendo, he had the Genesis, and the whole thing. Anyway. But, I mean, we've talked about it before. My holy grail of games, the game that I think about sometimes is Empire Earth, the computer game.
Well, that's why I said it doesn't have to be a video game. Like, it could be a comic book, or it could be, like a movie that you haven't seen in forever. Like, man, I'd love to have that.
I don't enjoy things.
No.
But no, like a video game that I want back is that one still. We've talked about it on the show before, though.
Sure.
And I just, they've got it out there and goodoldgames.com and all that stuff, but it just doesn't seem to work on any new computers. So
I would have to get a Ninja Turtles arcade game.
Yeah.
If money was no object.
You're going to want to come over my house in about a week or two.
Are you getting that thing from Walmart?
I got the one from Walmart. It's coming delivered on Friday.
That's amazing.
It's probably the best chunk of change I've dropped in a long time.
It has both the first and the second one on it.
Yeah, the arcade game and Turtles in Time.
I can't. Yeah, I'm going to have to come over to James' house and play Ninja Turtles. That's going to be a good time. All right, well, let's take a short break, and we'll come back a little bit more Nerd Radio for you. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I don't have any stories left.
You burned them all.
I did. I burned through them.
That's good because we've got a very limited time.
We do. All right. Nerd Radio's coming back.